Hi, you guys. Welcome back to my channel, The Spiritual Justice Show. I'm Goddess Quita, or you can call me Quita. Either one will do. I answer to both. I just want to speak on mother wounds and father wounds. These are deep, deep wounds. These are the people that can hurt you more than anybody. And then so on. You know what I mean? Your mother will be the most tragic. Your father is the next tragic thing. If you have toxic parents, then it will be a sibling, and then on down the line. Anything outside of your family that hurts you is a different type of hurt. These are the people that can hurt you the most. So when people are abused, neglected by their parents, and I don't mean like my father wasn't in my life. That didn't hurt me none because I had a solid mother. You get what I'm saying? Um, But when people, let's just cut to the chase. When people are especially sexually abused by a parent, it it's a whole different type of hurt, and we most people perceive that kind of abuse as just a way of life, and that's why we have get a lot of toxic people that are born, well, not even born, they are created, because they wasn't born that way, they are created that way. We get a lot of toxic people because this is who birthed them, this is who DNA made them. So like, this must be the right way, until we start living and getting older and seeing different types of abuse. My mother was never abusive to me, and my father was never in my life to abuse me. So let's just get that out the way. When I say we, I mean us as human beings, not we like I've had that happen. I did have abuse that happened to me as a not when my mom was alive, but as when my mom died, as a preteen and stuff like that. I wasn't sexually abused, but that's neither here nor there. But what we're talking about is that, you know, those type of wounds hit different, and that's why I can be empathetic with people who are the victim and the predator, so to speak, because they were shaped into this monster. They were shaped into this disaster. And I didn't understand it for the life of me, because I had a lot of mentally ill people around me that were in my family and that I was dating, and I didn't understand it. And one minute my spirit guides will be like, this energy is so loving right here, but then the next instant, this energy will be so loving, they're trying to tell me to stay away from it. And I didn't get it until now. Well, I got it before, but I didn't get it. It took me a long time before I understood what it was, especially within my cards and within my readings, and me being a light worker, me being a reader of energies, through cards, tarots, and through just my psychic abilities. I came to understand why there was this way. It's because a lot of times we interact with people's inner child, and when we can, like, a lot of people have been vulnerable with me that was close to me, and I didn't know they were being vulnerable. A lot of things that we are naturally vulnerable, people who are whole are naturally vulnerable about, they're not. So it seems natural to us to be like, okay, this person, and that's a big deal to them, because they're not naturally vulnerable that way. And when we get this toxic behavior, we don't understand why this person is doing this, but yet we accept the behavior. Is because we try to understand them and get them, and it's that disconnect there, because we wasn't put through the same trauma they was put through, or we was put through the same trauma and we didn't perceive it the same way as they did, because we are all each individuals and we have our unique experiences. That being said, people who are mother and father wounds, a lot of times we interact. If you're close to this person, you would interact with their inner child, and you will see that person so kind and so loving. But then we'll hear stories or experience different experience of that person, not with the inner child. And what you have to understand, you interact with another, either representative of that person or another personality of that person. Either way, it's the same ish personality. It's just that this person reacts this way in that situation. But a representative is this person protecting themselves. They feel like they have to protect themselves. The mind is signaling the body to protect themselves. You get what I'm saying? So we have to understand when we come from abusive backgrounds and abusive households, these are the things that we are not so prevalent to see right offhand. It took me going to college and having my first semester in college to understand where I stood mentally, physically, and emotionally, and that's not good. Then I knew that it was time for me to see a psychiatrist so that I could understand. I love to understand people, so I want to understand myself and why that my life was this way. And then once I understood that, then it helps me to understand better of other people, and it helps me better to understand their childhood wounds and different things like that, because I sympathize with a lot of people. Even though people think I'm cold or distant or don't talk much or introverted, I am very receptive with people. I can read your energy a mile away. That being said, that's why I don't interact with a lot of people, because if I get to know you, I'm going to want to try to help you heal. So I just keep my distance, because sometimes I cannot heal everybody. I can't be there for everybody. That's hence why I make this channel, so that I can reveal the tactics of the enemy, meaning these devils out here in the streets. And so most of these devils don't even try to be devils. It was just instilled into them as children. And I don't say that to call them devils to demonize them, but that's what they're in. They're in a devil mindset. That's why I call it. I don't call it to demonize. I don't call them devils to demonize them in this instant. I'm not trying to demonize anyone, because now that I understand what people are going through, a lot of people that sold their souls didn't willingly sell their souls. They were made to sell their souls. And people think selling your soul is one thing, but we perceive things that are so horrific as an outer experience, something that happens in like other galaxies, or our mind make us perceive things because of the way our culture is and the way that we're taught, make us perceive things as like we can't fathom it. But if we were taught of this stuff when we were younger, and the world was in a more of an alignment with mind, body, and soul and spirit, then we will understand that these things are prevalent in our communities and how to proceed on how to counteract. And this is hence why my channel is here. So I love the inner child as well as the devil. And I don't say I love what the devil do. I just know why the devil is the devil. You get what I'm saying? If you understand me, understand me. If you follow me, you follow me. If you don't, I'm sorry. But I understand why the devil is the devil. And sometimes we as people don't need to demonize this person. This person is just, we need to understand this person and how to get them back whole and healthy, even if they want to be that way. If they don't want to be that way, you walk away, you leave them alone. But if people are willing to change who they are because they know that they're toxic, who am I to demonize them? I am not, especially if they didn't willingly sell their soul. If most people, children in the industries, in families, it's not just in the industry, it's in families too. They didn't willingly sell their soul to someone. Someone took their soul from them. And there's a whole difference. Someone willingly took it from them. Someone took it from them. They didn't willingly give it up. It was taken. A lot of people in these contracts that get in these industries, they didn't willingly sell their soul. A lot of them don't willingly do it. Some do, but a lot of them don't willingly do it. They are forced to do it. They think it's something good. They're going to make more money. And then all of them know you held down and like 5 or 6 people holding you, or 2 or 3 people holding you, while somebody else is doing something unspeakable to you, unfathomable to you. So my love for my enemies does not come from loving what they do, their behavior. It comes from understanding what they went through and the inner child that needs to be healed within them. You have to understand, when I get on this channel and I preach about low vibration or high vibration, it's not to pit no one against each other. My thing is, it is what it is. And when you can accept your level of trauma and abuse, and then that's a beautiful step. And then you can start healing from it. That's another beautiful step. That's a milestone. You need to be celebrated. I am never going to discount somebody that wants to heal because they sold their soul. Some people did not willingly sell their soul. Let's just be honest. Some people did not willingly do this thing. This unfathomable thing. Some people just did not willingly do it.